Ladies and gentlemen, we are finally here. ETF2L Season 27, Week 7, top 5 Rocket versus the absolute nuts. This is kind of the two lowest teams in the league. They're about to go at it. I'm joined today, not by War. He had no idea what was going on. Some poor communication from us. But we got in Dolly instead. And of course we have Gemm on production. But thank you for saving me from having to do a solo cast, Dolly. It was very nice of you.
I'm sure I'd do absolutely fine, but I'll try my best to fill War's shoes indeed. So yeah, top 5 Rocket not having quite the season that they expected. I'm sure that they, kind of expected more, but switching Blade off of that scout role that really kind of hindered them a lot. And the roster has been fairly okay. They've had some solid results, especially in scrims. They just can't seem to find the results that they need, especially, falling to teams like Lego and things. So, I definitely think that they are looking strong and have a lot of potential, especially with the Ombrak calls, but the absolute nuts have definitely not had the season that they wanted to, again, especially with roster changes, Peter. Yeah,
they haven't really been their own self ever since Medico left. He was apparently a bigger hole to fill than you'd initially think. It's not just a single DM beast. On the other hand, though, they are now tonight playing against the lowest ranked team in the league. They have 0 points so far to show for their efforts. I'm not sure how they ended last season, but I think they got some points. But yeah, they've been struggling quite a bit. I've been doing my absolute... I've just stacked my fantasy team with Nerd Rage players because I just hope that that trend's going to continue. But yeah, what's your prediction? Do you think there's going to be any chance that Nuna can actually pull out some stuff here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it is Granary, and I wouldn't count out the absolute nuts on this map. They have a very good soldier pair. The soldier pair of Pappy and Yellen really disrupt your play, and with, when you have set strats, it can really throw them off. So the French team could be in for a bit of a challenge here tonight, but it'll be interesting to see how they approach this first mid beta.
Indeed. Some demos like to go top, some demos like to go through the left side. Elico is going to go through left side. And let's see, the other demo is going to go through left side as well. Elico is a bit faster. He will actually sticky up the top first. That will not really deny anything, so he misread that one. But actually already, they were sort of jumping in from behind here. That was Pappy just going in very, very early right there, trying to get off the medic. Ombrak is on 15 HP, but he did survive, crucially. And Yellen has gone down as well. They just wanted that Ombrak kill. Finally, Kovac will go down. This is pretty chaotic, and it seems like they're still chasing that medic kill. The Ombrak is all the way back on the second, and the rest of the team are just kind of safely capping here.
Yeah, Crafty Dave actually behind managed to take down Olga there. He is still flailing around behind, but a lovely pipe from Elikor in his classic fashion takes him down. It looks like Nunya are just going to clinch the mid with Gink coming back in and refragging those players. Again, it's this classic story of Nunya. The two soldiers go in very early and can't particularly find the follow-up from their team. They did so much damage, and but they couldn't, as I say, get the follow-up. Their team was just stacked on the left side. Didn't look good for them, but in the end, Gink just coming in for his team and managing to trade back those frags. So Ombrak did survive, actually. Even Uber situation now. It'll be interesting to see how they approach this mid. Lots of damage going the way of Nunya, but Pappy falls as a result, and we see a big bomb from Elikor and his gang coming in. And Corndog drops to a lovely pipe from Elikor. He is on form today. Another pipe from him, and Olga and Elikor just absolutely pounded Nunya.
Yeah, that Uber drop is just so unfortunate, right? Because you're just going all in as a team. You know you're going to get saved in the nick of time by your medic, but then when that medic falls, you're just in way too deep, and there's just no way you can ever get out. So it's really like when you just trust your medic like that, and he ends up dropping, it's just complete disaster. It's going to be a complete wipe, and it looks like top 5 Rocket, they're going to move in through the left side here. I'm probably going to keep calling them Nerd Rage at some point. I just can't help myself, but they recently did get dropped by their sponsor. So, yeah, not a big deal really. But let's see. They're actually going to go up top, and Neo's going to find Pappy, just spamming him down. Very often you'll see the Roma get picked off here, and it looks like that's going to be the case, but he will actually trade, so that's a pretty decent situation, and Uber will come in. It does pick up Yellen as well, but I think that's going to be all that they can do. But actually, a sort of jumping onto the medic. Oh my god! Air shot!
Corback showing himself to be the true star player of top 5 Rocket there. always turns up for his team. What a play there. They didn't get the medic despite having a good Uber, and he just comes out, bombs from that top side, takes down Corndog with an absolutely lovely air shot, and now that has brought Ombrak a hefty 50% Uber advantage to work with. But everything slowing down has actually bought time for Pappy and Gink to set up the sentry, as well as Crafty on Sniper, so full stronghold defense for top 5 Rocket and the Frenchies to push into, so possibly might fail. Nunya especially trying hard to stunt this defense, but the Uber is coming up on Ombrak Beta.
Yeah, and they're going to go in from the top area. That's a pretty good area. You're pretty close to everything, and they're going to try to find the heavy right away. Actually, the demo gets just locked in there, finds the sentry gun right away, and then even hits the heavy. So both sentry guns are now down, and they're going to put some time onto the point. That's going to force everyone to go down. The Neo hits 2 nice shots, and then we'll just cap out the point as well. So just textbook play right there. The demo man getting launched into the point actually ended up working out in favor of top 5 Rocket. You know, sometimes you see demos get picked off like that, but this time around it worked out, and there's some really good focus fire and pressure onto the point. We'll just cap it out easily.
Yeah, really clinical play. That's what you expect from the Frenchies, especially with Ombrak's calling. On the flip side, Nunya have more of a loose style. They do have set strats, but they definitely just play around their soldiers and kind of feel things out before they go for it. But let's see what set strats we have. Callback flying in high, landing on Corndog, takes him down swiftly. That is a very good frag. That's one of the most crucial frags you could get. Nunya trying to refrag with Yellen coming in, but Ombrak is just safe in that area in the garage. They are getting pinned back by these scouts, but it looks like Gink is going to fall swiftly, and only Namtak falling. Good response there from Nunya, but can't get that crucial frag onto Ombrak, especially with Corndog falling early.
Yeah, just this was a classic top 5 Rocket play, sending in both soldiers early on, doing a ton of damage, just taking all the attention, then the rest of the team just walk over the point and do a ton of damage and follow up really nicely, and then some solid focus fire will finish off that middle. And crucially, Ombrak does survive, so it's a full advantage as well. You can see everyone like Corndog and Ratslayer, they're holding really far back, and like they can't really hold too far forward, otherwise they'll just get popped on and killed. So they have to be really careful, but I actually see people going in from up top here.
Yeah, this is Deja Vu here, looking top side for the Frenchies. They are going to try and make a wrap, but gets forced early once again, and the heavy is going to be an absolute damage sponge. He's going to be falling swiftly, but that's a waste of an Uber. They've just got the heavy. Ratslayer is looking like he's going to fall. Neo straight in onto the demo man of Nunya there, but falls, and he can't particularly get the frag. Ratslayer does fall in the end, but the sentry is still alive for Nunya, and the sniper overwatching every single corner of this last point, and failed last push there for the Frenchies. Just bad focus fire, got forced early in that top side, and yeah, only a scout Uber, can't really do much.
Yeah, like there was a soldier with the Uber as well, but he got bounced so heavily, and then the scout took so much damage that he kind of had to pop on it, and then this didn't work out. But there's actually an Uber advantage right now for Corndog. He's going to move out here, but the quarterback, he tried to get him, but no, Crafty hits some nice meaty air shots there, or lead shot, sorry, and that's going to take him down. Ombrak almost has his own Uber now though, so they're going to definitely use that to actually block it. And they're actually going to be a Gink Uber coming out here, double scout Uber into the Frenchies, but I think they're just going to have to retreat. Ratslayer has gone down as well, and even a scout threatening the back cab, and then Namtek and Gink will just miss each other and walk their separate ways. But a pretty nice hold here, and they might even just push in off of the 2-man advantage.
Yeah, and the sentry goes down very early, so that's going to be a big entryway for the Frenchies to move in on this left side. Yellen getting absolutely destroyed with the focus fire. So does Corndog. They're forced into this left spawn, and this is going to pave the way for the Frenchies to stand on the point. Neo falling kind of low though. Good response from Nunya so far with Happy bombing onto the point, but it's the age-old story where the other team have a fail Uber. You think you have more of an advantage than you actually do. You try and push out. The other medic has the Uber, and you just get punished for it. That's kind of poor counting, possibly poor communication as well, and they really need to step things up on this mid.
Yeah, credit to top 5 Rocket though. They kind of pushed off of that. You know, they did have an Uber advantage as well, and they could have just waited, but they decided to go on a 2-man advantage instead, which is kind of iffy sometimes if the spawns don't favor you. But they took the chance, and it paid off for them. So well played to them as well. And it looks like we have a soldier in the skybox. Will actually get sticky pretty well there, and eventually get taken down by Namtak. But Elico hit a nice little air sticky there to deny some of his jump. But here comes the second soldier in. I think that's Poppy just doing a ton of damage onto Neo, and all of the top 5 rocket players are now stuck in the corner, and Olga tried to get out of it, but just gets completely shut down. Poppy's chasing, and oh, he's kind of alone. They can't quite get it there, but a really strong mid either way.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it did look like Pappy did some really good distraction on the left-hand side, as well as Olga falling very early. His one was not successful, so but I do hear an Uber on the French side. That is Yellen coming behind and forcing off that Uber. Corndog swiftly pops, but in return they get a callback frag, and they're going to be looking to move forward this, I'm sure.
Yeah, they take second push for free, basically, and they could push in again, but I don't think that would be the wisest move. But they don't care. They're moving in, damn it. They smell blood and they want this point. They're going to put time on the point right away. They put 2 scouts on. That's just going to work. Great decisive play right there. They just walked 2 scouts in, walked on the point, and top 5 rocket, they were not ready for it. Was Eloquent down? Or
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that was like the one disadvantage that top 5 rocket really had right there, and it got exploited perfectly by Nunez. That's going to make it 2-1. Still in favor of top 5 rocket, but Nunez, they don't want to let this one go.
Yeah, they're definitely putting up a fight, especially with 21 minutes still left on the clock. It's a lot of time to be creative and sort of, you know, play around your strengths. We do see Yellen and Pappy going in for a sync double bomb, just going to land on these players' heads. Tons of distraction, tons of damage. Pappy does fall, but that has allowed Gink to take down Edcore, trying to get some sort of reassurance.
Oh, Yellen in behind.
But Nuno just pinned in the corner. Olga falling as well, and it's not looking good for the Frenchies. Ombrak just in this corner, gonna get taken down! Oh my word, Yellen. That is the epitome of cleanup there, taking down 2 players with the skill stick. What a play from Yellen.
Yeah, he just did the loopy jumps. That was so good. And then just perfect cleanup, perfect timing as everyone else was just getting. That was wonderful. Alright, that's gonna be a full Uber advantage as well. Ombrak cannot even use the wonderful, you know, cheat gun that would get you mini Ubers, so no vaccinated plays at all. So it's just going to be a straight up normal push. Neo is on sniper, so maybe he can get the sniper.
Yeah.
But most medics are realizing this is coming, so
I mean,
we'll be ready.
It's all on Neo. There's no other off classes. Namtak does switch to Engineer, but it's coming very late. The Sentry is only level 1, and that's going to be promptly dealt with, and they're just playing the point. Almost deja vu, but Eloquent gets 2 quick frags with the Sticky Trap. Corndog actually getting another frag, and frags are being traded every which way, but Corndog is just going to have to fall out. That was a really swift, messy fight, very, very fast, and it just paid off. On the side of top 5 rocket, Neo actually on the chase.
Yeah,
I don't think Corndog realised he's going to get shot in the back. And can he get away? No. Neo, too fast, too furious, takes down the medic there, and that is an absolutely crucial frag, and that is going to allow Ombrak with a full Uber advantage and his team to move forward into the second and possibly roll to last here with Corndog on the 1-second spawn.
Let's see. Yeah, like that was the worst possible scenario, right? When you died that late as a medic. It's actually a nice force coming out there from Pappy. So Ubers are now out of the way, and that could allow them to put up some sort of fight on second, at least in the sense that they can have time to set up a last hold. Oh my god, Olga just jumps into a bunch of stickies and almost dies. He just barely manages to shoot them to scatter them a little bit, and it allows him to survive. Yeah, but things have now slowed down. I think both teams are about to get ready, set up some bombers and set plays and whatnot, see what they can do. We have Gink on Engineer, there's a Sentry on the left side. No heavy right now, but yeah, this is slowing down.
It's interesting that Gink is on the sniper, on Engineer, sorry. I'd really like to see him on the sniper. You know that it's even Ubers, and, you know, with that Sentry in play, they're not going to trade, you know, possibly get a heavy or someone else to switch to Engineer. You know they're probably not going to just outright Uber into you, so you have the chance to play around that sniper and keep rotating through the doors. This last point, particularly good. Neo getting absolutely destroyed by Yellen. What a play from him. Colossal air shot there on the pipe there. And that is going to pave the way for Pappy to get hungry for blood, get some damage onto Olga on the top, but can't seem to do anything. Possibly just taking a buff here, and that Sentry, as well as Yellen's fat air shot, saved them there.
Yeah, that was that's another highlight for it. So far this match has just had like a ton of nice little plays. Olga's gonna move in up top, see he can get anything. but no, can't quite make it in there. Crafty's on Spy. Is he just checking? Yeah, he's just checking in spawn. We do see the sniper on Neo. Neo has actually been really effective on sniper, at least on some maps so far this season. Neo has kind of been a standout player, I think. Like him and Korvac have really been strong for him, top 5 rocket this entire season. So let's see if he can do it again. He walked in and got killed, right? So why can't he just walk in and get Vanguard?
Yeah, it's interesting to note that Crafty actually saw that Neo was on Sniper. Speaking of Neo, he's going to try and peek aggressively on that right-hand side. It does take a little bit of damage. But yeah, Crafty actually saw that Neo was on Sniper, so wants to challenge in here and thinks he can be that defensive sniper. It's a lot harder to snipe a key target when there's another sniper in your wake, and it's just one other problem to deal with, Peter.
Yeah, indeed. Neo at some point might just go for it, but no, he just spotted Crafty as well, so we have a sniper duel, and Neo will actually win it. It's a nice headshot there. Fortunately for Crafty, he was fully buffed. But we might see a suicide coming in. Yeah, Korvac, I think he tried. They do actually get Yellen for it, so that's at least 1 for 1, and Crafty once again loses the sniper duel to Neo, but again, he is buffed. And yeah, that was just both teams putting on a ton of pressure. I really like whenever we see one team get like at least some sort of damage, it could just be a headshot or anything. Like that's just enough. And oh my god, speaking of things happening, Neo hits Pappy.
Yeah, I think Pappy just kind of got baited forward with that one frag, peeks for information and gets absolutely punished. And I think the Frenchies are getting a bit tentative here. They do want to move off this. We see Olga moving in from the top, gonna try and spam that sentry out for his team, but they're just peeking for information aggressively, gonna try and get Neo another frag, but that's gonna swiftly fail. Pappy looking to punish Korvac on the high ground, but he's gonna jump away. And really hard to push into Granary second, especially with a sniper and an engineer. You're technically pushing 4v5. So really hard to push, and I think the Frenchies are just abusing that. They keep rotating Neo round and round, and they know that even if he dies, they're probably not going to get pushed on or punished. So one of the things that we did see is I think it was Korvac sack into a sentry when they knew that they had a sentry. I mean, sacking with one down, with a sniper puts you technically 2 down if you're in a trade scenario. So it's really strange for him to do that, but I don't think we'll see any more, especially because it failed. But it's just a game of snipers right now. Yeah,
it also is a pretty good way to feel out your opponents, right? Like he did that suicide, and then the enemy team didn't push on them. Like that kind of gives you an idea of how aggressively they're going to play this whole match, right? So, you know, it might have been slightly that. Oh my god, Elikor almost dying and almost getting a gank as well, including his sentry. He kind of had he was giving his sentry a piggyback ride on his back. Almost died with it in his hands, but it was not to be. So, yeah, we have this whole forward base with the ammo and everything. You actually run out of ammo pretty often on this map as the defender when you're just trying to spam everything. But the dispenser will fix that whole issue, or the Cowmankler, whichever you prefer. And Pappy. Ooh, spotted Neo again.
And this is going to buy a bunch of information. And he takes down the engineer as well, so that is going to be an opening for the sentry to be spammed. And Neo getting so much room on this left-hand side. Corndog actually in the dispenser, but takes down Ratslayer as well. Neo is absolutely on fire right now. The sentry falls, and this trade favors the Frenchies. As I say that though, the sniper goes down, but Olga is getting aggressive. He wants to reload and refight the positioning still in favor of Nunya. And fast spawns on the side of top 5 rocket, but again, I think we're just resetting, and Korvac is on the spy. So looked really good with those 3 picks from the sniper, but they couldn't turn it.
Yeah, they were all on the right side, like literally every single one of them. And you know, they did get the demo man pick because Korvac just peeked out the window and got the nice little rocket on him. But at the same time, there's just one demo and one soldier basically just completely keeping them at bay just by spamming them. So it didn't quite work out. I think they need to spread out just a little bit more, because that way you can actually like get another angle to spam out the sentry and then go from there. Maybe send in a suicider after that. So they need to spread out just a little bit more than they did. But now we see Korvac on sniper, on spy, sorry, and Neo is still on sniper, and Korvac, he's gonna make his way in now, or at least going to attempt it. We saw last time around, we saw a spy getting onto those pipes, but that's not going to be Korvac's angle of attack here. But I always like having a sniper and a spy, because you know, if you look behind you, you get headshot, and if you look ahead of you, you get backstabbed. You can't win. Easy game. No counter.
I really like it, and it really is a testament to how top5rocket are playing. They know that Nunya won't push into them, even if they go 2 down, as we saw as a result of that trade. So they can take these risky strategies, and you know, especially now that they know that their sniper isn't on the field, this buys so much room for Neo. And it's just those off classes working in tandem. Callback is giving information to the sniper, so Neo can peek aggressively. But I think Callback is the one who wants to be aggressive on the spy roll. Just getting in that information, looking to go over to the pipe, but speaking of information, Neo takes down Ging, and that should be an entry pick, and while the distraction is happening, I'm watching Callback. He is actually near the point right now.
The sentry now as well, because like that will not go away, and there we go. Uber's have been forced, and Callback dancing around, it doesn't quite get out of there, but no, actually both Ubers got the pot right here.
Look at Olga, he's just putting so much work in. Corndog nearly falls, and that's allowed room for Namtak to follow up. He's getting 3 swift frags. That's actually Elikor taking down that. Oh, but Namtak with the 3rd. He is absolutely leading this charge right now. Pappy is going to spawn and do a very high bomb, but that could be costly. Takes down Namtak, but he's wasted all his ammo, and that is a swift cap for top5rocket. I was going to say that their trades look rather shaky, but Olga on those back lines just flanking when Nunya chase and punishes him for it.
Yeah, Nunya has been chasing quite aggressively this entire game, and like in a lot of these Uber exchanges, they just come out way behind because of it. Like I think it's at least the 3rd time we see that they do a very aggressive Uber exchange where they just keep on going in deep into enemy territory, and then they get punished for it. So definitely need to mix it up here. Like top5rocket, they're not falling for it, or they're really good at punishing players that go in deep like this. Elikor actually taking a ton of damage right now from Ratslayer, who is actually winning this mid. And Yellen will be the first person to go down, however. And oh my god, both soldiers now down. This should be a really nice opening for top5rocket. Gonna go forward, Gink going down as well. Olga will fall, but no. At this point, it's just a matter of can Condog get out alive. It looks like he's gonna have a demo join up with him and get out, but really solid mid right here coming out from top5rocket.
Yeah, Callback is definitely hungry though. He has the info and he's looking to push from the Z area. He sees the stickies being lain though. He knows the spawners, the cavalry are arriving. And they're just looking to take a quick trade actually. They're playing very aggro. Wouldn't be surprised if we do see a trade, and it's actually Nunya Ubering first. That's rather strange. No damage going the way of Nunya, so interesting that they force early, but it's just bought some time for Yellen to go deep. But Ombrak, balls of steel, not forcing. And it's just been the Aegis story with Nunya. Terrible Ubers, you know, Ratslayer can't seem to sync up with their soldiers, and Neo is actually on sniper now, so this puts them in a rather awkward position, pushing in full Uber advantage with a sniper, but I'm sure the Frenchies can do it from what we've seen.
Yeah, we saw Papi actually hit a pretty nice airshot there on Olga, just to deny him. Here comes the double scout Uber, and a demo man, actually. There's the demo man and scout. And they do get Gink and his sentry gun down, and here comes some kills, but they have no time on the point just yet. They've just been going for kill, but oh my god, medic down as well, so even the sniper contributing, that should probably be the deciding factor right here. And there we go, they eventually managed to clean them up. That was a very different style of Uber than what we see from Nunya, where Nunya, they seem to favor focusing the point really hard, whereas this was just cleaning up all the players.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that's one of the things I touched on previously is like, it's been happening all season, right? Nunya just can't seem to get that coordination between their aggressive soldiers and Ratslayer and Corndog. They just seem so isolated, and it's almost like playing your team in 2 different halves. So we'll see if that's taken into effect on this mid. Corndog opting for the point pressure, and they are rotating to the left, so possibly looking for ground here. The scouts are very healthy though for top5rocket. Pappy actually in behind gets destroyed by Olga, and that's an early frag going the way of top5rocket as we see another one falling like dominoes here, Beta, and there's no stopping top5rocket.
Yeah, just really solid like there's a defensive posture there coming up from top5rocket. Oh, actually Korvac once again on that chase. You have a scout coming in as well, so Namtek and Korvac both getting taken down here. This could actually stop the top5rocket from securing a second, but Kondok, he is very weak. There's a reason why he was being chased, but I do think that those 2 players going down will be too much for top5rocket to actually like recover from and push second. So you know, a bit of a blunder you could say, but also if they had the opportunity. But oh my god, Poppy comes in, takes down the medic with 2 crisp rockets. Ombrak didn't even see him. That's going to be a drop.
Definitely, Pappy showing his true prowess, just opening up for his team, pushing through that flank. abusing those cracks in the defense, but look at Olga, he is hiding, gets onto Corndog. Corndog actually forces, so very well played for Olga, abusing the terrain of the map, and it's going to be a absolutely awful Uber on the side of Nunya. They probably will get this point, but I wouldn't be surprised if top5rocket retake when they get their spawner. But even so, 7 minutes left on the clock, and looking hard in the side of Nunya. You need 3 rounds to tie this up, and they only have a limited amount of time left.
Yeah, that's a good point. Potentially, top5rocket, they could just sit and do nothing for a couple of minutes, and it's going to be virtually impossible for Nunya to actually get anything out of this. But you know, you do still have to hold for about 3 minutes or something, and at that point, they basically win. But we'll see. That's easier said than done. You know, it's one of those things where you say, "Oh, you just hold, whatever." But there's a lot of ways you can poke holes into the defense here. We'll see if Nunya can figure it out. They're about to be ready to set up. They actually have a slight Uber disadvantage, but I don't think it's something Ombrek would know. It's just Ombrek built a little bit faster than Condor.
Yeah, and they need to make something work. Typically, the way that you break this defense is you try and get some damage on the left-hand side and then just flood through, because there's usually only 1 or 2 people watching that area, so you can just overwhelm them. We see that classic example here, Korvac and Namtak just watching this right side. If some damage comes in on Korvac's side, then he will just get forced out, and that's an entry frag. But look at Pappy, he's actually moving in onto Ombrek. Lovely movement from Ombrek, and that is going to cost them. Elikor hitting him with a ham, BMing. And Ratslayer is going to get Korvac in return, so that I wouldn't be surprised if Nunya move off this, but Ratslayer is going to fall. That is going to be very costly for Nunya, and just fail after fail.
Yeah, we actually see a bit of movement coming out from top5rocket. A lot of players going in on Ombrek drops for a second time. Oh my god. Like, all the damage just synced up and he just wasn't ready for it. Oh, that's I was kind of surprised that they actually pushed on it. As I mentioned, you know, they could have just held, but they decided not to.
Especially after the Pappy frag, like, I don't even know why you'd even try and force. Like, sure, it would stand you in good stead, but it's just risking, like, so much. Yeah, you know that you have kind of a worse spawn and on your soldier, so if you sack him in, you're just gonna, you know, meet all sorts of aggressive plays, and we see that Ombrek risking his life and gets punished for it. And now Nunya in the driving seat, but as I say, 4.5 minutes left, and they need to get around fast with this slight Uber advantage, and a sentry is not going to help them.
No, we have an aero building going on as well, so Condor building quite a lot faster. We saw Pappy kind of hurting himself a whole lot, and here we go. The big problem right now is Pappy can't shoot sentries. That could come back to haunt them, but we'll see. They're going to move in here, and they didn't quite manage to get the push in before the Uber advantage came into effect. Counter Uber will be here, and 2 players going down right away in exchange only for a sentry. And now top5rocket is moving forward, trying to get this, and actually overextending a little bit, getting taken down, not really hitting their shots. Eventually they do get it though, and it's a full wipe, and that's probably going to be game.
I mean, you could technically do it, but I mean, if Corndog had survived, I would have definitely said that they still had a fighting chance. But I mean, this is a free mid for the Frenchies. It's really hard pushing into Granary mid. There's not very many avenues to enter from. But as I say, that Gink with the collateral kill onto Neo. Again, showing his true sniping power, but is that going to matter too much, Peter?
Probably not, but that was pretty cool. Korvac took a lot of damage as well. And let's see if he can hit some nice air shots. He actually gets pressured out super hard, and I think he's just going to have to get out. Yeah, he actually gets sniped again. Gink's still on the sniper, and they actually do get Condog though. So that's a nice little saving grace there. And it's actually going to be a bit more than that. The Sorter coming in onto the medic. No. Ombrek getting saved by his team there.
Yeah, I mean, it's really coming down to the wire for Nunya. They have to, you know, they have to make plays. You know, Gink getting those 2 entries really sort of made them go aggressive. They knew that they were feeling the squeeze from the time, and they just looked for any entry at all. So you can't really blame them for going aggro there, but it didn't really work out. The execution wasn't there, especially with the sniper, as I say. Really, really hard to push into that mid, and stands the Frenchies in good stead, pushing to this last and clean up the game. But Neo on sniper could hurt them a little bit, but hefty Uber advantage.
He gets the... Oh, he got a nice look onto... He'll actually get a second look onto the medic. Only hits the body shot there, but just walked forward so swiftly that nobody else actually saw him coming. And now there's going to be an Uber fight, and they're going to have a sniper in the back as well. Demoman in the skybox. This is where you end up in frag movies, but no, he survives just fine, and Neo even finds another pick there, but I do think they're going to have to move back out. A bit of a weird Uber. What is going on?
Gink just jumped off the pipe and died of fall damage. And it looked really stupid, but stupid things aside, I think this is game beater. It's going to be really hard for Nunu to get back into this. That was a really solid defense, surprisingly, but I think it was more just down to top 5 Rockets' kind of bad Uber. They take that left-hand side again and don't get much all else in terms of positioning, so, you know, can't really give Nunya too much credit. Happy's playing exceptionally well, and it just seems like his team can't really help him all too much. Especially Yellen as well. I mean, that's the story of the season. Nunya's soldiers are just, they're true talent. I mean, everyone on the team is good, but Nunya just not having the coordination to contest these Prem teams.
Yeah. At this point, we're just playing for fantasy points. I have Elikor and Neo on my fantasy team, so they better go huge. And Elikor, he is doing a ton of damage right now. Come on, get him! Be my fantasy team. Yeah, there you go. Gets three nice pipe kills right there. And Gink is just still on Heavy. He's on 21 HP though. Heavy is actually a lot worse when... Oh my god, he didn't get hit! Oh, that's sad. Oh, he should have just been arrowed, but I guess I didn't know how weak he was. But Heavy's overpowered and dumb.
We've been singing, was it Korvax's praises all game, and then he just misses the stock rocket on a low health Heavy, but probably the easiest shot you could ask for.
Yeah, to be fair, there was this incredibly annoying railing in the way. Like, who put that there? That's a map flaw, in my opinion. Like, that's not his fault. So Crafty will just walk out here, do his best, try and get down to Elikor, and oh my god, just the oh.
Well,
come on. Medic 1v1. Let's go. Let's go.
Corn Dog,
oh
really
my
hungry,
god.
but eats an arrow to the
pussy.
face.
He needs to fight this medic. Come on. Oh, that doesn't count, Ombrak. You had help. Yeah.
And he had a sniper assisting him with a frying pan. And Korvax says in chat, Ombrak, over Corn Dog confirmed.
No,
that is confirmed here. Wouldn't you say so?
Oh, I think Ombrak lost
fan?
that one. Just because he kept running.
Yeah. I mean, that's the tale of double mixes, especially. That's how I like to play. Just run away an arrow.
Oh my god.
But yeah, definitely. I think the Frenchie's looking on really top form. I think if we had seen this earlier in the season, I mean, it could have had disastrous results for the other team. They're looking fairly solid, especially with their Ubers. Their Ubers weren't too hit or miss. You know, you expect it from a bottom Prem team to not have perfect Ubers every time, but I mean, we're generally fairly clinical, and the focus fire was generally good. It was just a matter of positioning. So I really pride top 5 Rocket on their Ubers. I think that's the Ombrak calls coming into play. Olga had a really good game as well, especially as well as callback. Neo playing sniper for a lot of the game, not really getting too many flashy frags, but just providing kind of sight over the Nunya defense. And you know, they played really well as a team, and same could not be said for Nunya. I mean, they have their star players, they have their decent roles, but it's their execution is fairly poor.
Olga has 27 air shots.
Oh my word!
That is monstrous. Who is this guy? Like,
is that like a fake log? Is that like a glitch?
I don't know. Like the rest of them, like it's obviously not F2 air shots, right? But it's still like the number 2 is 8. That's Yellen, and he usually gets quite a lot of air shots. So, like I don't know what's going on with that one, but 27, that's crazy. And he also top damaged, and Elikor had a very good game as well. Neo will be the top killer of dudes. And let's see. I think I want to see how many drops compared to deaths on Breckhead. I felt like he never died except when he dropped. He died 3 times and 2 of them were drops. Okay. So
wow. I mean, what more can you ask for? Yes, not dropping, but dying 3 times as the medic on Granary is quite a feat. Lots of corners, lots of small corridors. It's fairly well played from him, but I think just it's a matter of control. Like the Frenchies just had so much control over every corner of the map. You just felt like they were funneling Nunya into bad positions, and they just capitalized on it. I think I always say that is the main thing that separates good Prem teams with sort of lower Prem teams is capitalization. Sort of reading the game, reading what's coming in the future. and sort of, really capitalizing on the enemy's mistakes and knowing what to expect. We saw that out of Nunya right now, out of top 5 rocket, sorry, and we can't see that out of Nunya particularly. Pappy has always said that their focus fire has kind of been a problem, and you can kind of see that ringing true in this season.
Yeah, I think like the thing I would really put my finger on was that the Ubers for top 5 rockets were superior, and that's probably also like part of the reason why Ombrak's stats are so good. Like he died so little was just because his Ubers were way better, and like that's obviously not just a medic thing. Like that's a thing you have to work on as an entire team. Where like where are you at the end of an Uber? How do you best capitalize off of it? How far in do you have to go? Like how deep can you go? Can you go behind them? There's so many decisions that you have to make, and right now, like top 5 rocket, they definitely seem like they have more experience with making those decisions. And I mean, we should probably also credit Olga on this one, right?
Yeah.
Like pockets are really crucial when it comes to these Ubers. I know pockets don't get as many Ubers anymore as they used to, but like considering that Olga is not really on this team, and like I assume he's played with them before, at least sometimes. He's French and he's part of the French community, but like he still did a really, really good job. Like top damage, had really good Ubers, just did work, and 27 air shots to boot, which we have no idea how he got all those, but let's just assume it's skill. Oh. Alright, but now we're moving into a completely different kind of map. Yeah, all these zone stats, I don't know, they're not too interesting. It's just top 5 rocket is better. Not too surprising.
Yeah, and one of the things that I'd like to say as well is sort of the coordination between the Pocket and the Scout of Olga and Neo. Like, I think Neo's playing Pocket Scout, I wouldn't be surprised by the logs. But it just seems like they were just pounding. Like every Uber, you talked about the Ubers, I mean, all of their Ubers were effective, lots of cleanup frag, lots of sort of high ground abuse, and things like that. It's just really good positioning overall and really good coordination between the two, always engaging at the same time. You never really saw one without the other, so I think that's it's a really good trait to have in a team, coordination between your core combo classes, and we definitely saw that outside of Frenchies.
Yeah, I'm not actually too convinced that Neo is the Pocket Scout. I think it's actually an M-Tech. I just think Neo played a lot of Sniper and therefore got a lot of heals.
Yeah.
That might be it, but I'm not 100% on that. We'll probably find out. Ombrak's usually good at coming in here and giving an interview, no matter what, so we can ask him. But let's move on from Granary. That was a pretty good game. So now we're moving on to Process. So how is Process different, especially relating to these two teams? How do you think it's going to be different on this map?
I suppose Pappy and Yellen have a bit more room to kind of... I mean, it's a very, very strong Scout and Demo map. Not particularly strong as Granary on Soldier, but they do have a lot more room. That's one thing I'd say. They have a lot more room to get picks on the flank. It's not so sort of claustrophobic. Especially when I played against Nunya, like they always go behind in team fights, and you can't really have that too much on Granary unless you're playing like absolutely out of your mind, to find that room. But on Process, the kind of room is given to you in a lot of situations, and they use that kind of to their advantage. That really hyper-aggressive style of both their soldiers, where they just sort of send them behind and really play that distraction role. It can cost them, as we saw in that last game, where Ratslayer and Corndog aren't always as coordinated with their soldiers as they should be. Sort of moving in, cleaning up that damage and that distraction. But I think Pappy and Yellen really have the chance to shine right now. They just need to turn up, and their team needs to be on their backs. But the Frenchies, for top 5 rocket side, I think their core team play will just like help them a lot. Process has the tendency to get a little bit messy, and it's all about controlling the high ground usually. So I think that their core positioning, their set strats from Ombrak will really help them in this game, and I think the tilt factor possibly setting in on the side of Nunya. So I think in terms of predictions, Peter, I think Ombrak and the gang are going to take this very swiftly.
That seems like a solid prediction to me. I think on this map is where Ombrak had his perfect game where he died 0 times as well. I can't remember who they were playing against, but it might have been Nunya as well. So, he definitely has some experience with playing this map, and I think it's in general a pretty good map for top 5 rocket. it is a map where it's a little bit more difficult to do the combined soldier bomb and then you all move across. Like you can shut it down pretty easily with 2 scouts that are really good, and as well as some well-placed stickies and like just bodies in the way. Like it's a little bit more open, so it's easier for the enemy team to kind of scatter and not take any damage from it. But you know, it's still a tactic that still works. It's just not always equally good. And as far as jumping behind, as you said, that could be really well. You saw them actually do it on Granary, where it didn't work out too well because there's only one place where you can really go behind, and that's into the ramp room. And when there's players in there already, you just kind of end up on the floor looking dumb while they shoot down on you. Whereas in this, you can do the super fast rollout. You can jump straight into choke. You can do a lot of like market gardener shenanigans. This is a really good market gardener map because you can get so much speed, and there's these ramps that are just conveniently placed in chokes, so you can just shoot yourself into the skybox with like super high speed. So there's a whole lot of things that soldiers can do, and we've already seen that especially Poppy has been like absolutely keen on going big so far, and I think if he just keeps that up, he can definitely create a lot of openings for his team to move on to. And then Gink also had a pretty decent game. You know, maybe he's just gonna play heavy from now on because that went so well. Maybe not, but you know, I feel like he's in a good place right now, so he might just have a really good game. And having good scouts on this map is definitely a good thing.
I know that Gink is a really good sniper, and we didn't actually get to see too much of that apart from, you know, one massive shot, but I think Gink could really use his sniping prowess on this map. I think it's, you know, obviously a really good sniper map with long sightlines where you can create entry for your team. Granary is notorious for sort of those stalemates and those really tight chokes where it's hard to sort of entry with that sniper or with a soldier. Nunya did an okay job of it, but of course the map just doesn't lend itself to that. Process, on the other hand, is very good for sniper and very good for sacking soldiers, and that's kind of how Nunya play, to break stalemates and to make fights messy. So I think that could definitely lend itself to them. And also just the messy playstyle in general. Nunya favour that. top5rocket look really good when they're in control and when they are allowed to kind of clean up and, you know, make their plays that they want to. But when they're not in control, like, Nunya just kind of are allowed to make it messy and abuse the cracks in the stronghold. And it's really, really easy to do that in a game like TF2, where mobility is just so high and you can just distract and fly around, and it's really easy to make it messy. And as long as you don't get tilted by that and you keep focused, I think it could be okay. But Process, definitely a map that can get messy.
Very much so. I will predict, however, that, or not however, like based off of that we will definitely see them get 2 rounds here. That's my bold prediction, that we'll see them get at least 2 rounds. So I believe in Nunya, but we are going live. If top5rocket get this and Antic lose, they can actually move out of relegation playoffs. So it depends a little bit on Antic. If Antic gets 6 points, then they are guaranteed not to do it. But Antic, they're pretty much expected to lose to some points, at least, to Unexpected, who are also playing right now. So we'll see. There's actually some things on the line, and the wrestler jumps in really quickly and then immediately dies. That was kind of weird. And the rest of the team will just go out and he just timed out. Okay, that's why he was just sitting there. That makes sense.
Yeah, so pause is asked for, but I mean, typically, so we do see a restart here.
Yeah, that
typically,
makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think top5rocket definitely do not want to see themselves back in those high playoffs. I mean, they definitely are a worthy Prem team, and I think that Nunya know this. They want to sort of, you know, get themselves, you know, a bigger chance of getting into Prem again. But I think top5rocket definitely do not want to see themselves in those high playoffs next season. It's really hard to claw yourself through them, especially because usually there are like multiple good teams in those. You know, just look at last season. I mean, or this season actually, these Prem playoffs have been absolutely stacked. So it's, you know, you definitely don't want to find yourself in that position where it's all on the line and you have to make Prem again. You have to work for your Prem spot. So I think top5rocket looking really solid, but they do need to make sure that, as you said, there are things aligned, so they do need to make sure that they secure this cleanly. In terms of predictions, I would say possibly 3-0. I think they're going to turn up. I think they're going to turn it on the side of the French.
All right. How many drops do you reckon Ombrek will have? Oh no, how many deaths do you think? You know, I just told you about how he had a perfect game on this map. I think he'll die twice. I think that's going to be my prediction. But How are you feeling?
I think, I don't know. I think it's gonna get messy. I'd say like 6 or 7. I don't know. I think it's kind of hard to avoid yelling and happy when they're on form. So I don't know. I'd say 6 or 7. I don't think Obrak's gonna get that lucky this game.
Yeah. So I predicted that Nunez will get 2 rounds, and I predicted that Ombrak will die twice. So we know how those rounds will go, right? This can't go wrong for me. Probably didn't think it through entirely, but oh well. We only have the fun we make. As we're just currently waiting for everyone to get back into the server. I think some other people left as well, and now it's just a DM fight. What's the best class to play on process mid and DM? This is the important question we have to ask ourselves.
I don't think I've ever played a DM server in my life.
What?
But yeah, I don't know. I'd say Scout probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even really a discussion. It's just Scout is so good.
Yeah.
Especially on this map. Maybe on Gollywash or something. In Granary, Soldier can be pretty good. We can just stand on the crates in the middle. And you do pretty well, but yeah, on this map, Scout is kind of disgusting on middle. But in general, Scout is just crazy.
Do you think we'll see Gink sniping to mid at all? Because he has done that in the past, and it's worked decently well. He definitely is a top level sniper, and we could see it. I mean, it definitely lends itself with that long open sight line. You can't actually cross the point or go onto the packs without, being at risk of dying to that sniper. So if he is on the field, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Definitely a factor for Nunez, but I'm not sure how much they'll be committed to this game. If they'll try.
I haven't seen Gink play too much sniper this season. It's kind of surprising. Neo, on the other hand, played a lot of sniper, and I'm pretty sure he's played sniper to mid on process already. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him do it a bunch of times. Sniper, this is one of the best mids to go sniper, because usually you have a bunch of players standing up top. It's a really strong place, and then you're in perfect sight of sniper. You can just body shot you with a Machina or something. So it's super nice to have a sniper on this mid. And of course, if the enemy suspects you have one, they can just bomb you really aggressively, or stay inside, outside of the sightlines, and then bomb in all of a sudden. So there's definitely some metagaming going on where you can go different routes depending on whether or not you suspect the enemy has a sniper, or you can just not respect him and just assume he's gonna miss and take a bunch of
they're farming skybox air shots.
Yeah. I'm watching it. This is beautiful. They're just making pencil jumps. It's great. Is this how he got 27
Peter, can you just make a very high edited, overly edited version of that airshot, that exact airshot? Just remove the HUD so no one knows it's in DM, and then just get us screaming backstage.
Oh yeah. We'll have a screaming session after this where we just go completely nuts and crazy, and then we'll all just interlace it. And pretty sure, since they already started, this should be part of the demo. But this is all perfect. Nobody will ever know. It's not it's not April's Fool or anything close by, but we can fool people anyway, I guess.
I hate to admit this, but I might as well. I actually got fooled by your start video.
Sweet.
Okay, in the first 6 clips, I think everyone did. Once that locking on sniper clip happened, I think everyone was not fooled then. But I don't know. For the first few clips, I genuinely thought Stark was that nuts. Which is a bit
because he
cringe.
has done some legitimately stupid stuff. I really wish I had his double airshot headshot. On Gollywash, after he already killed a bunch of people, that kind of stuff would have been so good in that,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of dumb that the things that we came up with that were obviously fake is not actually as impressive as that one.
When there's just 2 stock scouts running through one in a straight line, and he headshots both of them, and then air headshots someone. I was thinking, perhaps Banny wouldn't run in a straight line through the tiniest choke in the game. I don't know. But I was fooled by it. I will admit that. Hopefully this game will.
Yeah, there was a couple of people that were really fooled. I had some people message me and say I should take it down because he was obviously cheating. I was gonna look like a fool. It's good stuff. But then
you just ruined Stark's career, dude.
Yeah, I
People are
exposed
gonna
it.
type in Stark when they hear it, like on the I-61, and then they're just gonna like see that, and then they're gonna be like, "Damn, Tier 2's full of cheaters. I hate this."
Yeah.
Whatever. Hopefully, Ratslayer will arrive back soon. I'm not sure where particularly he's gone, but
Is he even the one missing?
yeah.
Oh yeah, Namtek is on red. Right. Yeah. We're just spending our time looking at the skybox there. Alright. We just got the live in 90 warning, so that's good. Hopefully it's gonna work. I wonder if all this is gonna go into the logs, you know? So they're just gonna have like 100 air shots. That would be kind of nutty.
Again, something that we could act like happen. No one will ever know if they tune in late.
I'll add
just
the
say,
log
wow.
to the video.
Callback actually with 100 air shots. Really, really one of the best players in the world right now who can pull out 200 air shots in a fixture.
Yeah.
But they actually are farming air shots. Like Elicor's just jumping around and they're just like colossaling each other. So definitely fun and games on the side of this match so far. But hopefully it will go
I
live
need to
soon.
do this. Like, I don't know why I don't do this. There we go. Crafty got demolished. Beautiful. Yeah, like this and mucking about with bunny hopping is some of the best times you can have not actually playing the game. You know, that and trading hats, I suppose. But we are actually going live. Let's hope we don't see Ratslayer just sitting on mid, pondering his life choices before going down and then disconnecting. Hopefully it'll go better this time. I think it will. He nails the rollout perfectly. Actually goes for the mini hit health kit while doing a perfect one. And now he gets jumped. He was so aggressive and it gets taken down by 2 players. Callback will actually go down as well. So,
such a smart play from Callback to notice how fast Ratslayer was on that right hand side. Like that's one of the perils of going on that right hand side. It's so punishing for the demo. He's so isolated for those first few seconds. Even more so on the left side. Olga and Neo getting taken down, and it's
Condog is actually on crits.
Yeah,
it should be
Condog
mentioned.
is on crits, and Ombrak has fallen, so this is going to be a fat crits, I would hope, due to no heals on the side. Top 5 Rocket, and they're going to get wiped. Despite Callback's brain play at the beginning, they just kind of refrap all the players, and we do see a crits up for this last point.
Yeah, it's really just a testament to how good scouts are, right? Like we saw Scout 1v1 being won by Gink there, and then he just took it pretty handily after that, because Scout is just the best DM class when no heals are involved, and that's gonna be it. And there's still this crit streak that they're pondering how to use it right now. You know, you can go through 1, but that's super spammy. You can go through drop down, super spammy. Normal, you can go far right. You can go through the 2 right ones.
And it looks like they're taking it through far right, but there is a sentry to be dealt with, and Ratslayer falls. Top 5 Rocket reading that situation, and Corndog actually is going to drop, gets stuck in no man's land, taken down. Crafty going to fall as well, and this is 3 casualties on the side of Nunya. Yellen hightailing it out of there, not even trying to set up for a force with that poor health. And Ombrak now, full uber advantage, Corndog still down. They could go off this if they really wanted to, Beta.
Yeah, that was so sad. Like, it was perfect crossfire coming out from the French team. But yeah, that always feels bad when you're just sitting there like, should I pop this crit? Should I just hope I survive? But yeah, he died and got a drop in his log. But look at that, Gink on Sniper takes down 2 players. That's really huge. And Ombrak, he got his first death right there. So he's only have 1 more to go, and I'll be right. I think. Maybe
that was a drop too, like Gink with 2 quick frags, but look at this soldier behind. That is Callback. He's going to be moving through unspotted completely. Does get spotted with a scout, going to take the trade there, but a few missed rockets here and there, and he is going to fall with no frags being traded.
Yeah, we have a pause coming out. Hopefully it's not Ratslayer again. That would kind of be worrying, but it might just be. As Gink is on 2 HP. Where is he? Oh, he's on middle, about to pick up a medkit, so he's fine. But yeah, we still have an uber advantage as well on Condog, and it's still 0-0. Oh, here we. Oh, they just restarted, so people are rejoining. That's a good sign.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, so
yeah,
so far.
All right, so let's see. Where would you go from with an Uber advantage on this map? I know what I think is standard, but like what do you like? Dolly? Oh. Oh. Well, Dolly has died, so so rest in peace, Dolly. Maybe he turned off his mic. I know at one time I did that. It was pretty embarrassing. I was like talking to people and they just didn't realize, and then like at some point. All right, good to hear, dude. Yeah. You missed nothing. Obviously, it's a pause, so good time to lag out, I'll say.
Are they restarting the server? So does any of this matter, or can I like talk about positions?
You can talk about position because they just unpaused.
Okay, so Neo actually up on this engineer. Should be up in time, at least level 2, as Corndog is only on 70% Uber, or is that... No, he does actually have full Uber, that is just my HUD freaking out. They're going to be looking to take this through the left side, kind of a early Uber. Happy was actually reloading, or is that Yellen? So, very poor on the side of him. Yellen gets saved though, hits a nice air shot there. Olga
Skybox?
and Elikor falling. Callback falling as well, and this is disastrous on the side of top 5 rocket. That is a wipe. And good use. We talked about that Ubers before. Good use on the side of Nunya in terms of Ubers.
Yeah, they didn't go too all in on the point this time around. That was really good. You know, they did go for the point quite a bit still, but you know, they didn't do it overly so, and they forced everyone down onto the point, and then they could just kind of clean them up. I'm a little bit disappointed that Yellen missed the skybox air shot. He's had so much practice, then he misses it. Ratslayer gets hit once again by Korvac. He jumps in very aggressively, but one error and they will both be fine. So let's get ready for this mid-fight as they both sit up here. Here comes the two French soldiers in. Perfect sync bomb right now, and everyone else moving forward. This is such good positioning right now for top 5 rocket. Still one guy in the corner though. Yeah, oh, here he comes. He didn't quite time that right. That's unfortunate. But oh my god, that was a beautiful mid coming out from top 5 rocket.
Definitely that that double soldier bomb is definitely something we should get used to seeing on the protests on the side of the Frenchies. They definitely like to use that. Remember, they've been using that for seasons and seasons, both on the right and the left side. It's just so notorious, that late double bomb of Korvac and Olga. It's just so punishing, and when you're all stacked on that right side, it's really hard to deal with. But Elikor is going to jump in onto this heavy, big rotation, and then you're onto this right side classically. But that's a nice shot from Pappy, takes down Neo, and that could stunt the bush beater.
Yeah, it's like they got nothing done with this Uber, and they still have a full-on heavy to deal with. Like when the Uber is over and you're out of ammo and you're dealing with a buffed heavy, you just gotta get out. Like you just don't have enough ammo to take him down. You can just sit there and literally do nothing. Like you still can't do anything. And here comes the soldier bomb very aggressively. Namsek barely dodges that air shot. But we do have two soldiers onto the point right now, and Neo will actually go down. And this is a pretty nice recap, and Conduct almost has the Uber as well. So once again, not waiting for the Uber, just that pays off really well. And now they're getting ready to go through choke. They're a little bit apprehensive though. Like at some point they gotta go through, and they've actually wasted the Uber. Yeah,
that could have cost them. Now Ombrak has Uber, and I don't think they were expected. They could get punished by this, and that's one of the perils of waiting so long to move through that choke. They had a clinical push out onto second, but Pappy just going to try and bomb in and salvage this. Olga goes flying into the air, but lovely crossbow from Ombrak there. Hits him. Nice healing there. Corndog falls very low. He's going to get forced, and this is going to be an amazing Uber out of top 5 rocket in reply. Pappy falls. So does Corndog. Lovely pipes from Elikor in his classic fashion. Crafty still floating around behind, but going to get cleaned up. What an Uber from top 5 rocket.
Yeah, just once again, Ubers are superior. Top 5 rocket side. There's a single scout that actually gets Olga. You know, just fuck this guy in particular. But that's gonna be it. Elikor will take him down eventually. And it's gonna be a second cap almost for certain. We see Pappy on Sniper again. We still haven't seen Gink on Sniper, have we? Well, actually we have a little bit, but Pappy's gonna peek out here, see if he can get a shot off. He misses it, but he got that one for free. He just walks off. Now Ombrak actually on the tiny Uber advantage. They might get this in time if they arrow build, but they might also just set it up, get ready, and then maybe send in some suicides or do a push or something like that. We'll see how they play this out.
It's interesting that they're moving in already. I think they have more of an Uber advantage than they actually do, but it has risen up to about 25%, more than enough to deal with, but with such an open last. It does make you wonder if they can use it, and here we go, Peter.
Yeah, they just use it right away, and if they put it up on the time on the point, they can actually get it. But no. The counter Uber comes in time. Oh wow! Omback barely gets out alive there. Just grabs a scout and just runs out of there. Like in the old days, he would have died. And here comes the counter sack in or something. I guess that didn't work at all.
Namtak onto Corndog though. He's looking to make a reply there, but the heavy just too strong. That's Gink saving his medic there. Corndog would have fallen there. Fell. What are we talking about? Corndog would have fell.
Would have
been disastrous.
That's definitely wrong. Alright.
Like Pappy bombing in, gonna take an arrow up, and these last pushes have been fairly odd for top5rocket. They can't seem to get them, whereas in reply, Nunya pushing out of last, very clinical, not something that you usually see.
Yeah, it might be time to do some oddball strats, like I don't know, maybe get the quickie bomb launcher, just clear the point and just dive onto it. Like that kind of stuff can actually be really good on this map, and it looks like Ging is actually running back to go sniper now. There we go. We get the Ging sniper that you were talking about. Let's see if you can live it up to it, but ooh, Neo!
That's a drop from Neo. Neo just peeks through that shutter, it wasn't locked down. Gets that free shot onto Corndog, lovely shot from him. Really turning up this game.
Nice.
Another one from Neo. What a play from him. Takes down the two crucial targets that you need to push this second point. Soldier and Med. He's just going to move through, try and get some more.
Oh, looking at the demo, doesn't quite get it, but still Neo he's been so good on sniper this season. Like they're just keeping that up. He's actually already looking into last, and so is the rest of the French teams. They're just moving in. Doing so much work right now, just moving in. They actually used the Uber on the left side, and it didn't really do too much, but the rest there going out to Neo again. So Neo just so good on this sniper. Could actually just be enough.
Neo.
Yeah, gets another one, and that's the point. So just Neo carrying his team.
What a sniper run from him! That crucial pick onto the medic there, abusing the holes in the defense and just picking him off, and then continues with 3 more frags. I mean, what more can you ask for from an off-classer? And rolling to the second mid, 1-1, or third mid, sorry, 1-1. And Elikor looking to pick a fairly aggressive stats, but speaking of aggressive, Pappy flying high, looking for some information. Gonna take an arrow on this right-hand side, but again, stacked right side mid. Didn't work last time for Nunya. So they're trying it again. It looks like Pappy's going to bomb in. Yellen falls. Lovely shot from Yellen there. Takes down Namtak. Pappy is all the way behind. This is something that we talked about previously. Elikor very low, and Corndog takes down Ombrak in the choke. Ombrak staying around for too long. Gets pounded by Corndog with the arrow there. Full Uber advantage now on the side of Nunya.
That was really crucial, that arrow. That changed so much. Like Ombrak was in a pretty good position, right? He just didn't see the arrow, and then he just died. So that's really huge. Now they're going to have to, like top5rocket, they have to get like this entire setup really fast, and they're going to be in a lot of trouble. They're going to have no Uber to deal with this. And there we go. They do have a mini, that's a level 2 sentry. That goes down pretty quickly. Yellen almost goes down, but he gets saved by his medic. And here it comes. They clear the point pretty quickly of stickies, and there we go. Yellen puts the time on the point. Now 2 scouts are on it. Everyone's just diving onto the point at this point. And it's actually looking like a pretty decent defense, but there's still a lot of players alive. Pappy just jumps in to shoot the ground, and that's going to be a 2-1 right now for Nunya. Great job by them. And so far you were, like, this is, I predicted 2 rounds, but I didn't expect them to be looking this good.
Yeah, I mean, kind of shaky Ubers still from Nunya, but they're definitely looking more on form. Gink and Pappy having massive plays, especially on mid, putting top5rocket in a world of hurt, but Callback going extra fast, getting that early spam, making the positioning for Nunya not so great, but Yellen looking to take the plunge going in, bombing that right side. But speaking of taking the plunge, Callback's going to bomb, get so much damage, but these soldiers are just getting shot down. In reply though, 2 frags go the way of top5rocket. Elikor's going to fly high in the air and just gets pounded. Top5rocket are crumbling, Gita.
Yeah, they just can't stand up to these mid fights. It just seems like they've figured out the double sorted bomb, and they're able to take it down. I did mention this early on, that like this is a map where you can shut it down pretty well if you're ready for it, and you just have your scouts actually hitting their shots. And they actually see a scout running back. Is he gonna go sniper? Yeah, I don't think they're gonna actually expect this. It is an Uber v Uber situation, so pretty good awareness right here from Gink, or King Tai. Is it actually? Has he ever called himself King Tai?
Or no, I would be very surprised if he did. I think that's a
meme.
We
actually have a soldier jumping through, right? Oh no.
Yeah.
He beeped it.
Yeah, just possibly getting some information as well, but Neo taking down Pappy, that's a crucial frag. No soldier, no roamer at least on the side of Nunya. That's a casualty you don't want to lose, and that has bought time for Korvac to go in. Just narrowly dodged the air shot, just flying around, getting so much distraction, and he's actually gotten rockets onto Gink, and that's going to force them back a little bit. I'm surprised that the Frenchies aren't capitalizing off of this. Trying getting Neo a shot, but can't particularly do it, and they're just waiting back, but we do see a clash of the Titans here. Gink and Neo both on the sniper with all the room in the world to work with. And who's going to get a pick first?
Yeah, Frenchies, they're going to go in here just bombing 2 soldiers into the choke. And actually every single person got out alive right here for Nunya. That's a really good job by them. It's very normal to send in a roamer or something and have someone die, but nope, they all got out. So I think this is kind of the classic seesaw situation. One team gets an Uber, pushes in, the other team moves out, gets their own Uber, rinse and repeat, point shifting hand. Still see Gink and Neo fighting it out, and Neo, he's pretty far back right now, as he should be. So pushing into a sniper is pretty uncomfortable, and if you're too slow, you'll just run into an Uber. Here we go, basically the exact same Uber coming up from Nunya we saw from top5rocket, and just like before, everyone just gets out alive.
What a disintegration attempt there from top5rocket. No one dies, even with a sniper. Like, Pappy and Ratslayer just went so deep at the Uber. This coming up, and with that entry pick, that is going to buy them so much space. No sniper on the field on the side of Nunya, nothing to worry about. Ombrak is not popping, another headshot rings off, and the soldier gets the force straight away. That's Pappy, but 2 frags falling the way of Nunya's side, and Neo on form right now, just gets them all the entry they could possibly want, and they're looking to roll forward with this.
Oh, Yellen actually doing a ton of damage, and so, like, both soldiers go down. Korvac and Olga dying right here. It's actually a pretty big deal, and they might have completely overextended, might not even cap this.
God.
They do cap it, but at what cost? That was really bad.
Yeah, definitely just baited in aggression. Nunya looking so good with the bait plays. They just, every time those soldiers go in for top5rocket, they're just getting shut down. It's really onto Neo and Elikor at the moment to make big plays, and they certainly are, but Nunya, really good replies, and lots of room getting pushed by Gink. They've managed to completely overwhelm this high ground. Korvac just kind of sitting back spamming, but they aren't even going to get contested on the second point. Still a sniper on the side of Neo, but this is an even Uber situation. Story of the game, and it looks like Nunya might want to move off this.
Yeah, there was such an overextension right there from top5rocket. It's kind of taking a page out of Nunya's book. That was Nunya's problem last map. And like, this is actually really huge. If Nunya can get this round, they will be in a really good position to win this map. That means that it's very unlikely that top5rocket will avoid the relegation playoffs. They were 2 points behind, and they Antic, and they have 3 points so far from this match. That means they got 1 point over them. So if Antic loses both maps, then yeah, they avoid it. But if Antic gets just 1, then already it's not looking too bright.
Interesting to see the Neo is on the sniper and Gink isn't. Usually, typically, you see an offensive sniper on this map just because there's so many doors you can go around the corner and sort of peek and take pot shots, but defensive sniper, powerful as always, just watches all those doors, punishes anyone from pushing in, and really good lockdown on the side of top5rocket, just with Neo on that sniper and those sticky traps going up. But Gink is going to run in onto the medic, he spots an entry, he's going to get he's going to get absolutely pounded there. I'm not sure how Ombrak didn't force. That was a really good attempt from Gink. Just reading the game and reading the entries that he could make. Gink actually complaining about his mouse, but
I think his keyboard is the one that's broken. But, but yeah, I'm kind of surprised that okay, now he has gone sniper. Yeah, I was just about to say that. Are they just gonna sit here for 9 minutes, take time off of the clock? Are they so unused to being ahead? But no. They did end up sending in a scout, a suicider, and he actually got in really far. It's just teams don't really expect the scout suicide. It just seems so much harder to actually stop.
He got a decent meat shot on him, and I would be really surprised if top5rocket don't expect the sniper. I mean, it's been the story of the game, and anyone who doesn't know about the Gink sniper is seriously missing out. But Olga Just trolling that rollout area. And just battle of the snipers, Peter. Like, it's just the first one to get a pick, and usually that's the team that wins.
Yeah, and Gink loses the first shot here, and Neo was not actually even buffed, so Neo was definitely at a disadvantage right there, but he made it out so far. And Neo has just been the better sniper so far this match, I'd say. And right now they're just squaring off. He's gonna rotate down into the number 1 slot or opening. He might actually just get Olga. Yeah, there you go. Oh, and takes the peek onto the medic, but doesn't quite hit him. But a nice attempt for sure. And it's still
open up. Oh, the for top 5 rocket. Pappy getting absolutely destroyed by Korvac. Nice attempt though, but Gink falls, and that is not what you want. Usually you only want a one-man sack. Not the end of the world for Nunya. They can still defend this, but it looks like Neo just taking an aggressive shot, and that has bought so much room for Korvac to come in and get the force, as well as Yellen falling. That is the best situation you could have asked for on the side of the top 5 rocket, but Elikor falls, and now it's kind of an even fight. Korvac against the world hits a nice rocket there, and he's gonna, the cavalry have arrived on the side of top 5 rocket, and it is going to be secured for them, but Pappy going behind actually.
Yeah, oh, he meets someone. And Olga, despite having a solid 15 minutes of hitbox, skybox, airshot practice, he just decides to go for the ground shot. That's disappointing, Olga. But you know, he does get it. He gets the kill for sure. But here come all the top 5 rocket. They actually get 2 players, or at least 1 player, moving into this middle, and they take it. And that means they can actually keep on going if they so want to. But this is where they faltered last time, like going too fast. So they're probably going to be a little bit apprehensive about this. But they have sent in a single soldier already. They're just kind of baiting people forward to probably give Neo a proper target to shoot at, but so far no luck.
Yeah, they just kind of did a flip-flop soldier play where they bombed one soldier and then bombed him out, and that kind of baited the rockets and baited the spam, so the other soldier could come in, but he just couldn't see the entry and smartly backs away. But Elikor kind of falling low at the choke, and this has made a way for Yellen to move in on the flank, trying to get some information. But Neo's still up on the sniper, really the linchpin for the team at the moment, making all the picks, just looking to get up top. Kind of fails to jump into the rock, not something you usually see out of a Prem player, but yeah, just going to watch over everyone and hopefully get that entry pick.
Yeah, they're still working for it, and we actually have quite a few players spread out right now for Nunya. So if anyone from top 5 rocket decide to go anywhere, or if they just decide to overload one area, they can actually find a lot of success. You see Pappy is doing a ton of spam right now into Olga, but he gets the hit. And oh, we have a scout onto the sniper. Neo is on 13 HP, but he survives. And then 1 arrow and he will be fine. So, I think I remember top 5 rocket, they like going far left on this, especially when they have a sniper. I think that seems to be the push of choice, or the push lane that they like, but usually that's when they have an uber advantage of some sort. But
we saw that from Neo earlier, where he just pops out the door and drops Corndog, and Nunya learning their lesson, having 2 players or 1 or 2 players in that sewer room, just controlling that area, not gonna fail to the same mistakes. But Yellen's gonna get overwhelmed by Olga, could get refragged, but that's a nice play by Olga, getting that entry frag. They knew he was there, just playing the information perfectly, and this is gonna allow Neo to go into the choke, try and take a few pot shots, and Korvac is all the way behind people.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna have something happen based off of it. And here we go. Korvac, he will get the force out. Olga also went in and died for it. So they sacked both soldiers for the medic pop. And oh my god, Ombrak actually also had to pop there, so the counter force did come out. If teams are not careful, they could die here. And Elikor, he will be the first casualty. Crafty comes in from behind, takes down Neo. Neo could not hit the point blank headshot. And Knapsack, oh my god, actually gets the nice pick here, but looks like it will eventually go to Nunya. So this middle eventually shifting hands, and time is running down right now for top 5 rocket. They can't afford to lose this round.
Yes, indeed. It was kind of odd. Top 5 rocket overstaying their welcome with 2 soldiers down and a sniper up, and they just get punished for it. Luckily, Ombrak didn't die, so this is a saving grace for them. Neo looking to deny those soldiers, doing a very good job, and they're looking to re-push onto this, but Elikor falls, and so does Olga. This is a world of hurt for top 5 rocket. Yellen looking to punish that, going forward through this roller area. Neo building frantically with that Boston Basher, but even Ubers, but 2 frags on the side of top5rocket. So much cap time for now. Ombrak forces early. This is terrible for top5rocket.
Yeah, and even the point is almost capped, so that, and I mean, if they want to push out, they're actually sorted out very aggressively right here. They will eventually take down Ratslayer. It's actually very aggressively going out here, especially considering how much time is on the point. Oh, that's pretty brave, but I think they see the writing on the wall, like they have to go. I think that's what they're telling themselves. As Olga gets completely baited by Gink there, just standing in the corner. As, even though the cap comes out, this is looking pretty bad for top5rocket. They're going to have to cede that point as they're now facing a full Uber advantage.
Yeah, really good repush from Pappy there. He kind of knew that if he blocked the cap, he'd buy his forward spawns and actually stop them and just delay some time. Heavy up on the side of top5rocket, but he's going to fall swiftly. Pappy has fallen, but so has Korbak. This is no soldiers on the side of top5rocket, and they're just going to fall, and that's 3-1 to Nunya. A fairly unexpected result, Peter.
Yeah, there's still 7 minutes left, so it's not over yet at all. But this is definitely a situation where if at any point the game slows down, it's in a huge favor for Nunya. And Yellen, he's so fast. Oh wait, he just didn't do... he just jumped instead of doing the equalizer roll. I was like, is he going to go super fast? But no. Once again, Korbak and Ratslayer will butt heads there and get an arrow and pretend it never happened. It seems to be... Here come both soldiers in once again. And
oh my god. That bomb from Korbak, he just does the Banny bomb where he goes really high up in the sky, skip jumps off the sign and just lands 2 rockets onto Corndog's head.
It's Neo against 2. Take down the first one.
And that
nice. Hit some really solid shots. Gink's gonna jump in his face, and he gets taken down. Neo with the 4K on the mid. Great job by Neo.
Alert! The control point is being captured.
Yo, Neo's so good. So Dolly might have died again. As we just see the cap coming out here. Both medics did die, but Ombrak's gonna have a slight advantage in that he's running crit streak. He's even doing a little bit of arrow building right now. So we might see the fat Elecor crits as Dolly has actually disconnected from the mumble. So you're gonna have to listen to my ramblings for a while now. And they're gonna go far left, I think, or maybe just go through the shutter door. Here it comes. Didn't shoot the first one. And let's see. Oh, now they've kind of figured it out. They played it too slow. I'm not quite sure what they're doing here. It's a little bit weird. And here comes, they're going to jump in the soldier as a distraction, but the Uber comes out of Condog. He saw that one coming. And now they just have a scout in the face of Elicor. He's going to get taken down. He's going to get not taken down. Okay, he got saved, but then the Gink takes his wrath out of Korbak instead. And everyone's just jumping in right now. And it's actually looking pretty bad for top5rocket. Once again, Elicor might even get caught out here, but no, they'll get out alive. And now Ombrak is still on crit streak, so he should have the Uber advantage, but it's not actually very big. And crucially, top5rocket, like, they're still on crit streak, and Nunya, they know it. Are you back, Dolly?
Yes, I am. A slight crit's advantage. And this is the money sticky that Elicor needs to hit right now. Fires a few off, but it's not really getting anything. However, Ratslayer does fall, so this is very good, but Gink is in the face of Elicor. But 3 frags going the side of top5rocket. This is really good for them, the perfect situation. However, Corndog escaped, and this is going to be really hard once the spawners come in. They need to go extra fast to get as much room with their player advantage as they can, and Ratslayer could be caught off guard here. And that is a really good capitalization. Oh my god, Korbak gets him behind, makes the play for his team. That could be crucial. This could mount the comeback here. Korbak, the amazing play, gets the medic there. And that is crucial. Crit streak still up 80%. But they're looking to just play the point very early. They know there's no sticky. And just so much damage on the side of Elicor there. Hits a lovely pipe onto Yellen. The frags
here comes the
trying to come the way of Nunya, but they just can't deal with it. And Namtak and Olga just absolutely pounding. And that's 3-2 with 4 minutes left. More than enough time to get a good solid round and possibly win this game, Beaver.
Yeah, they can even win this at this point. And they can definitely tie it. Of course, if we get a tie, it will be the first points for Nunya this entire season. So they could save themselves from having a 0-point season. So that's pretty huge, I'd say. Korvac once again just take top, try to spam out Rat Slayer, but he will not really get him this time around. So I'm just waiting for the big double bomb to come in. Looks like we're actually going to have a soldier trying to jump behind. That was Poppy. He tried, but he got denied. And here comes the first soldier. That was Korvac. Takes down Rat Slayer. And here comes the second one. It's more of a staggered bomb this time around from the top 5 rocket. And it definitely seems to be working. Can they get back in this game? Definitely looks like it. The medic is trying to get out alive here. Condog down to 100 HP. And all of top 5 rocket are basically abandoned mid and just they're on the chase.
Yeah, they're going off this one pick. They know Corndog now has Uber, and he's actually going to use first, so this buys a lot of time for Ombrak, and they're going to get a good Uber, but Namtak falls. That's going to hurt them quite a lot. They need to take over this high ground, and that's what Olga's trying to do, but he's just going to get spammed. The focus fire for Nunya is just too strong. Yellen falls, however. So does Callback, though. And wow, what a bomb from Olga! Takes down Crafty and Corndog. That could buy them so much room here, and they could possibly win this game.
Man, Olga, why is this guy not in Prem already? You know, he keeps saying this is his Prem debut, but he's playing amazing. That was really good. There's 2 minutes remaining. If they just cap this fast, they can actually win this map. But they need to cap this point first, and Olga, of course, comes in, takes it.
God.
Wow. Swift round for top 5 rocket. Now this is anyone's game. Anyone can win this. And this is going to be a real heartbreaker if Nunya doesn't get any points out of this.
Definitely, yeah. Only 1 minute and 50 seconds left, so that's only 2 Ubers. And, you know, really coming down to the wire, the mid means everything here, Beta. Does give top 5 rocket a chance to come back into this game. Callback going very fast onto Rat Slayer. And Rat Slayer falls. The changing of the mid fails. Happy's going behind in reply, but top 5 rocket look in control, and Yellen gonna fly high in the sky, try and make some distraction. Happy is still behind, gonna try and get onto Ombrak, takes him down. Happy really turning up for his team, and now Nunya
so
looking to control. Suddenly it turned.
That really turned around. Basically an excellent bomb from Happy just opened up all of that, and then Crafty just going absolutely huge as well. So all of a sudden it's actually Nunya that could win this. Their medics survived, barely, but you know, almost dead, it's still alive. So they're going to have the Uber advantage. There's going to be a sentry gun on last. Neo setting up as fast as his little engineer arms can build and whack that sentry.
I don't know why they're waiting for so long. They're waiting for the loft classes to be put up, and also now top 5 rocket have buffs. And it's only small, but it's very important that you have buffs and that you have, you know, these off classes in play. If they had just gone immediately, they would have had a better chance, but that sentry is denying this Uber. Flashes on 4 or 5 people, that could be costly as Gink and Crafty falls. That's no scouts on the side of Nunya, and Corndog is surely going to fall, dodging and juking around, gets killed by that heavy, and what a defense by top 5 rocket, clinching on. Raslayer is going to fall in the tail end, but look at Pappy hiding in 1. Can he do it for his team?
Well, he's on 43 HP, so if the heavy doesn't kill him, that would be actually Alright. He's just not even gonna bother. He's like, yep, I'm just gonna save my fantasy stats. But man, look at that! That's the first point for Nunya this entire season. They got points.
Yeah, they got at least 1 or 2 points. I mean, that really is a big difference from 0.
Yeah.
At least you can never say that you got 0 points in Prem, but they have the chance to even win this golden cap. Like, it seems the story of the mids have just been like a flip-flop, right? Like, top 5 try some aggressive play, and then it gets and then it works, and then Nunya counter it, and then top 5 rocket tries something else, and it works, and then it gets countered. Like, that's what it's been every single mid. They just try and do these different things. We saw in that very last mid, finally Rat Slayer going the left side, and he gets immediately punished by Callback going fast. Nunya kind of opting for that right side stack every single time, and it's had kind of a 50% win rate. I can't speak today, but I think Nunya kind of looking more in control. I mean, we saw them go up with that 2-round lead early. Could we see a solid mid from them, baiting in that aggression like we've seen before?
Yeah, these mid fights are always super important in these situations, and I just looked up the results of like Antic and top 5 rocket, like what their individual score is, and they won 1 map each. So I have no idea what happens if they get equal amount of points. So I'm not actually sure how would you actually settle that, because that could actually come into play now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, That could be really strange. Let's hope that doesn't happen, but I'm sure this will be a good game. And they're just discussing it in a second. But we should be going live very soon.
Yeah, like I think Korvac has been fast on every single middle, right? Like he's always been there to watch the demo early on. He doesn't go all in on him very often, but he's always there to just at least look at it. And yeah, we'll go live in 90. So I'm gonna predict the upset. I think Nunya, they've got this in the bag. Like what could possibly go wrong? But both of these teams, they've been pretty bad at pushing last. But what's your feeling?
I think Nunya are gonna take it as well. Like they just had so much control. I think the bombs sort of towards the end started getting baited out like really easily. Like Nunya, Corndog just falling back into that sewer door area, just putting a roof over his head and saying, Callback, you're not gonna touch me. And just sort of really baiting in that aggression really well. That's the story of the game. Baiting in the aggression on both sides, but more so on the side of Nunya. And I think Nunya are going to swiftly take this off the back of a fat Pappy play on this mid. But let's see what happens, Beta.
Indeed. I'll be watching Korvac. He's going to beat those fast as the demos. He's going to go in fast once again. Actually beats it a little bit for the first time, I think. We will still go up there and at least put some pressure on the Elecor. Pretty weak. Gets an arrow. That's going to be fine. So will we see the double sword bomb? Actually a really compact mid so far. We see Pappy going into their own sewers or into their own PC, and here he comes. And there's going to be a double sword bomb. Yellen's going to just jump up onto that awning, and so far it's actually looking better, I'd say. But here comes the sword again. Misses the airstone onto the medic, but eventually he did have an extra rocket to give, and there's going to be a complete sandwich. Just a single sword in here. It's Pappy to take on Neo and gets taken down. So an emphatic win right here for top 5 Rocket. Really important.
Yeah. Callback and Neo, the two players that we ran, we sung their praises in the last map, just got combined 5 frags on that mid, so really turning up. Callback getting 3 quick frags, especially with a nice one onto the mid there. Ombrak has one job, just to stay alive now. Massive Uber advantage, surely this can't go wrong. Gink is up on the sniper, he needs to hit a hero shot right now. The sentry needs to be in effect. Certainly is on level 2, but how much can it do? Top 5 Rocket moving in through this lower area. Here we go.
They've spotted the Mega. Yeah, they're just going to pop it right away. So they spotted it and everything. But that means the Uber's not going to be very effective, I don't think. And Navtech actually going down to the sentry gun. The sentry gun is still up. That's a fail push right here. Like, they haven't all died yet, but I think at this point they just have to cut their losses and get out. They finally take down the sentry.
They're in a really sticky situation now because Ombrak needs to not die since Corndog went down. And yeah, the defense is coming out, the respawns are coming in for Nunya, and Ombrak needs to run for the hills right now if they have any chance of winning this golden cap. He has a 50% Uber advantage and he's clinging on for that for dear life. For some reason Namtak is on Spy, not particularly needed a pick class at the moment, but he's doing his thing, and Ombrak looking to push with that large Uber advantage.
Well, this is he's actually spotting an Uber building. That's a really good way to punish it if you know what's going on. But yeah, he's Spy and they have an Uber advantage, so they definitely won't see it coming. That's positive. He could also sap sentry gun. He could do a bunch of stuff, but he kind of needs to make his way up top, because that's where people are gonna like back off once the Uber comes in, and then he can just come in and get a chain stab and get 3 kills.
They do have a sniper and a spy though, so very interesting. Probably won't have the full force of the Uber. Neo with a refrag there, but Olga falling, and this could hurt them quite a lot. 1 down and a sniper, that's not the optimal position you want to be in when you're pushing with a big Uber advantage, and this has bought time for Corndog to get an Uber. I think they were expecting that. I didn't think they wanted to push off that in the first place, just having that spy and that sniper, but speaking of spy, Namtak has made his way into the back lines.
He got bumped into, but I don't think anyone spotted it. So he kind of got lucky there. And, he got bumped into again. Didn't get spotted though. That's all that really matters. Dude, this medic is just bumping into him constantly. Oh, and he did it again. Did he not spot it? I have no idea. I don't think he did.
Namtak has had so many chances to go for a frag here, but here he goes. He's going to uncloak and get spot. That's really unfortunate there. Just uncloaks at the wrong time. He is going to get away, and the sentry is going to be taken, so possible chance for Neo to get a nice frag on this right-hand side, but just kind of playing passive, taking those heals, looking for a frag on this right side.
I think he needs to go. Oh my god, Neo!
What?
He just walks in there and gets the medic. And
But
then
Gink
Eloquent
with a
going
trick
down.
down!
Oh my god. And all of a sudden, it's actually looking pretty good right now, but this is the monster fight. What just happened? Everything just happened at once. That was crazy.
Neo just walked in and did a Stark play and just shot Corndog's head clean off. But then Gink uncloaks on Spy, gets a stair stab, and then like Nunya clean up 2 frags on the back lines, and it just suddenly turns. And now Ombrak still with a 50% Uber advantage, fairly hefty, but on such a large second point, it's very hard to make use of it. And again, we've just reset. I thought that was curtains for Nunya, but it just
they kind of threw away the Uber advantage, and that could be a round costing thing. It could cost them points in the end. They threw away the Uber advantage in favor of pick plays, you know, and then they actually got the pick. And here comes the Uber, and they had a tiny Uber advantage, as you said, and they actually made use of it. They went through PC, I think, and got in really far. They'll get this, but they didn't quite make it out into last.
This is like a really smart play actually, because now they have control of second, and we all know how hard pushing off of last is. There's so many rooms to make mistakes, and now top5rocket have full control. They can threaten the back cap, they can threaten the sniper, but it looks like, you know, they're going balls to the wall, they're going deep anyway, and what a play from Ratslayer and Yellen, coordinating that bomb round the corner, takes down Neo and Ombrak, 2 crucial players, the stars of top5rocket. Now attacking Corbin, getting a refrag, it's a double back cap, and they're just going to do it. Exactly what they wanted, getting control of that second point, just threatening the back cap, and they do it. Nunya, despite their best efforts, will take away 1 point from this fixture. Not getting 0 points in Prem, but...
Yeah, so 1 point
Ombrak,
in the end, and it's going to be...
with that comeback.
Yeah, and it's going to be 5 points from top5rocket, and I think Antic might have been defeated pretty soundly, so that's going to mean that Antic will be back into the Prem playoffs, where they started out the season. So AMS definitely going to have to go back to the drawing board here. If I know AMS, he's about to cut a whole bunch of players. That's kind of how he rolls. But top5rocket, yeah, they survive. Obviously, like, you're not 100% sure to be in Prem, based off of not being in the bottom 2, because other teams can reform and whatnot. But usually, if you're a stable team in Prem, you'll get to stay there. So, a pretty big win for them today, even though it was against Nunya and they did have to give up a point. So, yeah, I guess everyone's a winner today.
Indeed. Nunya saving their skins there, getting that 1 point, but definitely a really good showing from them, actually, especially in that second map. They just made some crucial mistakes and some big plays coming out on the side of Callback and Neo. Just, I think having a good game there. That comeback was incredible, and they end up taking the whole thing in a golden cap, despite being 4-1 down. Oh, 3-1 down. And wow, pretty good showing from them. I think they definitely deserve to be in Prem Beta.
Yeah, like they earned their way in there. So. No argument from me. And just looking at it, the air shots are not bugged, so we won't get 100 air shots. Apparently Soup coded this properly, annoyingly enough. But yeah, look at Crafty having a standout game. 24-12, the 2 KD. That's really solid. That's a big part of why they were doing so well, I believe.
Also, I was right about Ombrak's death. You said he would have 2 deaths, and I said he would have 7, so...
Damn, you're too smart.
Speaking of Ombrak, though, we have him in here for interviews.
There he is. Is he muted? No, he is not. So welcome, Ombrak, and I don't know, do you know the result of the Antic game? But I think you managed to stay in Prem.
I think they drew, right?
Oh, they did.
My intel tells me they drew, but maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, when we have conflicting intel, I could look at the logs, but that's no fun. So if that's the case and they got 3 points and you got 5, that means you're tied, and that means you also tied an individual matchup. So I think you have to do like a heavy fist fight for it to stay in Prem or something.
No, because they have 10 points. They got a minus major warning, so they got.
Oh.
So we are above them thanks to ETF2L rules.
Oh man.
That's naughty.
Yeah. All right. Well. How did you feel about today's game on break? Let's start with Granary and then go on to process after that.
Granary went really well because we played versus Sadisky's team before on warm-up, and we tried something completely new for us that we never did before, and it worked kind of okay.
Yeah, we noticed that.
And so we just tried to do the same versus Nunya, and it worked quite well. I think it's one of the few times I don't die a lot on Granary, so I think last-minute match preparations worked out somehow.
Yeah, all right. Then why didn't you why weren't you able to keep it up on process then?
Mainly because of Papi, I'd say, because I think he won Nunya quite a few minutes by just chilling in PC and then getting me after.
I know, my brain's huge.
So I don't know. Maybe he froze in PC and then when he come back to game, he killed me. I don't know. But like, yeah. And then I don't know. Neo wasn't on point on sniper today, and we rely quite a bit on him. Maybe a bit too much, and maybe that's why we beefed. But yeah, we had quite a good comeback afterwards, and then they threw so we could get before AMS.
It wasn't a throw, but I don't know how to say it. The stream's still on.
Yeah.
Can't say it like that, you know. It's we're just outmatched in the Golden Caps. Put it per se. Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, you changed your complete Granary mid, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
because
he was whining. People pop left, guy.
The 1 week we're like, right, we're gonna watch their demos. We watch all your demos on Granary, and you always leave, you know, the garage door open. And then this time we go there, and first mid, there's you, Olga, and like Neo just chilling there. So as I come in, I just die.
In first mid, I ended with 6 HP.
Was it 6?
That was
yeah,
good,
I said I hit you like 150.
But like, the thing is, I think you have to blame Babs for that, because she wasn't able to play this week, so I had to merc for Adisky's team, and I knew
Is that what they do?
Yeah, and they do a really aggressive mid on Granary, and so like, that week I was trying to figure out how to counter that, and I think if I hadn't played for Adisky's team twice, I wouldn't have thought about it, and maybe we had lost, I don't know.
It was, interesting.
Yeah.
Stealing strats.
Yeah, we were kind of wondering, like we saw that you were doing this very aggressive bomb into ramp room, and we were just kind of figuring like, oh, it's Papi, he just wants to go behind all the time, because you also did it on process, but you actually did some studying on it, did your homework, and you got punished for it.
Yeah, did our homework.
Punished for doing homework.
Shaking my head.
Shit your homework to say.
Don't do your homework.
So what do you have to say to the kids out there about doing their homework?
Just don't do it. It's not a waste of time. Pierre will be just chilling in garage.
Yeah, but
that time was like.
Yeah, but you guys, you got 1 point now. You didn't end the season with 0 points.
Man.
Oh,
I'm
it's so
ecstatic
good.
about that. Yeah.
Can't wait for next season.
Our mumble was just roaring. It was just so loud when we got that 1 point. We had a
We
celebration
threw
in Condo's
process
place.
so hard.
Yeah, kind of.
We had full ad and Condo just dropped on last to call back.
Oh well. Yeah. All right. Yeah. What about that golden cap round? That was like a big push out, and then it was actually a really nice play by top5rocket to take second to open up the whole back cap situation. But yeah. How did everyone get behind there on that back cap? I didn't quite see it.
Well, Gink had a gun on last, and he just goes, "Yeah, just leave. I'm holding it. I'm holding it." So I was meant to hold 1 and 2, and then I push out. 2 seconds later, Gink goes, "Oh no, I can't!"
Oh god!
Help!
I think it's the first time we do a backup this season. Last season, Blade used to do it a lot, and then we were like, okay, we really need to win that golden cap. How do we do that? And I was like, okay, and I'm like, fuck it, go for backup. I don't care how you do it, but just do it.
No one checked the Div 6 process spot where you just sit on those little things and top IT.
Yeah.
No one checked it, so we just lose.
Dude, it wasn't just Nam. It was a soldier
Yeah,
as well.
it was an ogre
Yeah,
as
Korvac
well.
was in as well.
I was
Oh, was
getting
it
owned.
callback?
I think so. Maybe I
No,
don't.
it was Olga because he's
Oh,
in
okay.
the original. And I was like,
See?
oh, Papi, I need your help,
That's
buddy.
why. That's why he had to the team. He got
Olga's
that
honestly
French
really good.
flair.
I think Olga's very
Is
good.
this Olga's debut?
Yeah.
That was pretty good. He's not here right now, but props to him. He performed pretty well today.
First game for him in Prem, and somehow you get a point, and you say he played well.
Yeah. I mean,
that's not good on my book.
he's no match against Nunya.
I don't know, he was kind of dropping the big damage on Granary.
He's dropping the 334 DPM
Yeah.
bomb, like 12 deaths and 10 billion kills.
Yeah, I think so.
Man.
And 27 air shots.
Yeah, that's all off.
Roaring about that.
Do you know what that is?
Are there...
If you stand on the pipe and you hit a splash rocket, it counts as an air shot. So you know when you're
okay.
pushing last or like holding R last, if you know what I mean, and Yellen chills on that pipe. Every time he hits him with a rocket, it's an air shot.
No. Papi's
So
just
these are
jealous.
fake.
No, I'm not even joking.
He just hit 27 fat one.
Yeah, he just hit 27 doubles. Oh wait, 13 and a half.
Good math.
EU math, guys. EU math.
Well, now we all know what to do in pickups and lobbies, right? Just stand on that pipe and hit people.
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
grind the air shot.
Yeah, you look like a god.
And then apply to Prem.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, we gotta get out of here.
What? Not again.
Is that Crafty? Yo, Crafty,
It's like Dave.
What's up, dude?
He's silenced or whatever.
I might have done that. But yeah, let's talk about Olga. Olga did really well. Was that his Prem debut?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he gonna join the team or is he?
No,
I don't know,
it's
what's
like-
actually your plans for next season?
It's like we don't have plans for tonight. It was like last year as a night shift, so he couldn't play late, and we did it versus an I don't know, Lopander, I guess, and we had Medico in, but he couldn't play tonight, so we got okay, maybe Olga. We don't. It's Nunya should be enough, and it was enough.
Whoa! Point, bro.
It's definitely an upgrade on the Merc. I'm
He's like looking for Prem right now, isn't he? So he's
Is
got a
he?
nice. Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, he is.
got,
he's
like,
good, honestly. He's really good.
A nice match to show. Yeah, I'm Prem, guys. I beat Nunya.
Yeah.
Give him a point vote.
Yeah, indeed. All right. Nunya, what are your guys' plan for next season? Are you gonna get a new team name again, or get some players? Like, what's the plan?
I don't know. It's not looking too good, honestly. Probably just gonna fold. I think some of us are gonna play high. Gink's probably going back to Lolly squad.
Condog is going on pocket, and oh my god, it's gonna be nuts.
Yeah,
I've had enough
Condog
of yellow.
Condog really wants to get off the medic, which is fair enough. It's not a fun class, and I think he's good on soldier.
It is when you know how to play it. It's cool.
No, I think Condog's good on med. It's just I don't know. Maybe we lack like a definitive cooler in our team, so.
Yeah.
A lot of the things like you could blame on combo players, but I don't really think it's their fault. I think it's just our team lacks the decisive calls in key situations that kind of like screw our like loads of situations up for us.
Is
Yeah,
it
we lack a
therapy or...
humongous brain player. Apart from me, of course.
Ooh, did beat a time?
Yeah, Dolly, it's your time to shine now.
Oh, GG.
Okay, Ombrak, what changed? Like, what mounted the comeback? Obviously, Condog dropping, but like, what else? Like, because you must have sort of got the momentum and sort of got it rolling. Like, did you change up anything within the team, with the comms or anything?
I think we went crits on when we were 3-1 down, and we won that round. And like, I think it all relies on mid. Like, the game is so heavy mid. Like, we were okay. It didn't work on the left side. Elak, what do you want to do? He said, I just want to fuck him. So we were like, okay. Also the jump.
Spicy
Elak
one.
just walk over point and see what happens. And we maybe we played well, but maybe from Nunya they had the pressure of their first win of the season and they crumbled somehow.
I don't think so.
I mean, we're just giving you points for arms, but
Yeah, exactly. You said you
shit.
fucking PM'd me
Stream's still
saying,
on.
please, please give us points. We need to
he
beat
went into
them."
a mumble.
Okay,
Please,
so that's
Yeah, he came to our
Give me the
mumble
point.
midway through the game. Just screaming at
Midway
us in a
through the
stalemate.
game,
Yeah, it was in a stalemate. Just going,
And then
let
I
us
whispered
win.
to Condog, hey Connor, can you drop the Uber? We really need that win.
And Connor's like, yeah, sure, bro.
All right,
That's what
this will all
happened.
be submitted to the court of ETF2L.
Match fixing once again, Prem. Whoa.
I mean, there's a post about match fixing now, isn't there?
Ban me from the league, please.
Ban me forever.
Yeah, Gink,
I'm sure
just
we
want to
can
make an Overwatch team?
Okay, sure, bro.
Happy we don't care, okay?
Alright, whatever. Are you even going to learn alright?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no one cares.
All right, so this is the last
Oh!
match of this season. So, do you have like any requests or what's your opinions on like the whitelist? Is there weapons we need to ban or unban, or do we need some new maps? Do we need to like get rid of some maps? This would be a good time to kind of like give your opinions on that.
So we need to get rid of Badlands. Thank you.
Yeah,
Badlands
Badlands needs to be fixed, honestly. Like, it's so awful playing it. You lose a mid and you're on last. Unless you drop their mid and wipe their team, it's pretty hard to push out of last, because their spawns are like, I don't know, 6 seconds or something. It's kind of ridiculous. And with all the spots in lobby you can just backcap from, like, they do need to fix the like, forward spawn timing for sure.
On another note, whoever plays Lottie Squad in the finals, I'm assuming they're going to get there. Please beat them. I want Tops to get his 4th, 2nd place in Hut. Holy fuck, that would be amazing. I'd cry with joy. Future grand finalists, please beat Lottie Squad. Please, guys.
Yeah. So you're all happy with the maps?
I don't know. I think it's not even the map's fault. I think it's just the way, like, European teams play TF2. It's just mind-numbingly boring.
It's not.
I don't know. But you're quite an aggressive team. Like, I remember when we used to play on Snakewater. If you get one pick, you're going to dry push grass on even Uber and take the fight. There's loads of teams that'll just chill. They don't care. They'll just wait for 10 minutes.
And all these teams are above us in the tables.
Yeah. So, which just proves. Yeah, I guess. But it's like, I don't know. I think you can definitely be aggressive in TF2, just people don't like practicing it for whatever reason, because it's easier to be defensive and slow. But you just gotta get on that Twitch TV /Banny. Hit the sub up.
The Banny Fury.
Yeah, get the Banny Fury.
You gotta sub to him and then, oh man. Your brain just
You can just always push.
Banny mode.
Yeah,
activated.
Actually, that's why I'm kind of looking forward to LAN, because there's going to be like one really aggressive team that should be really good. So.
Oh no, they got like 5 European players.
Nah, Ali's quite an aggressive caller, isn't he? Or at least that's what I heard.
Ali's gonna be calling?
And if Lego actually show up,
are Lego going?
Maybe not. I don't know. I think it depends on whether or not they can find scouts.
Well, look when they're going,
Wait,
and they're going to push as fuck.
Wait, is Yippee not going to LAN? What's Potato? The fuck? Billy, come on, you got the knowledge in that Lego.
No, it's because they want to get like an old school Lego team.
Ooh.
Right. So it's gonna be like.
Is this Mr. Bill on Demo Man again?
I still don't believe it.
Wait, is Timo going to LAN? Holy fuck, guys!
He
This is
said
2017.
He wanted to. Yeah. I don't know. I don't believe.
There's no chance of that. That's a dodge.
Yeah. We all know that's not happening. But there's still a lot of really exciting possibilities, and I just want Josh at LAN because he's a really aggressive caller.
Oh, I can't remember.
Aggro?
Zen at LAN.
Yeah, Zen always shows up, right?
Yeah, Zen's good. I think Zen really doesn't like slow TF2 though. From whenever I play with him, he's always like, I don't know, like annoyed about how slow and boring the game is. And I think Demo's the same, because didn't he like quit one season because he was like, it's just too boring to play.
Yeah. We also need Sorix at LAN.
He will know people.
Sorix is playing for the DC team, I assume?
Yeah. They're going for roster and they're gonna pound. Don't pick Granary. Don't pick Granary versus these guys. Don't pick Granary.
Is 7 going to LAN?
Like they're probably gonna, right? Like now that Benny's gonna show up.
I don't know.
No, I heard some inside gossip, but
I'm pretty sure Stark's definitely not going. I don't know if Mausch is going.
Stark's not going.
They're gonna get a sub and they're gonna be there.
They have 2 options for subs.
Happy, watch out! You don't wanna reveal this on stream.
I'm not gonna say it, but
yeah,
I assume people know about Mausch because he played their official for them, so that's quite obvious. But I think they have another guy they want to trial.
That's a fake
It's Mosey Fanshaw.
Ooh, I want to see that.
I want to see Mosey. 7 Mosey. Oh my god.
Oh, once Mosey is enough. XD. Okay.
Alright.
I'll kill you.
What's going on? Right. Should we wrap it up here, boy?
Yeah, I have some shoutouts I want to make, and you guys get to go first, of course. So Gink, do you have anyone you want to thank, or
alright?
Just want to say?
Shouts to Lottie Squad. Gonna go to LAN with them. Also, they got me the 2nd place medal in high, and to Mosey Fanshaw because he allowed me to use his emote for my sub emoticon. Please, guys, if you want a Mosey face emote, sub to me. I gig too. Please. I'm done.
All right, and Ombrak, any shoutouts?
Pappy first is last of Prem.
The fuck?
Wait, what? Am I
Pappy,
going first?
you shout out
Yeah,
first.
Pappy,
You're the
Pappy,
loser
go.
of Flip of Prem.
Yeah. I don't know. Shout out to my team and Gandhi and Spo.
And Gandhi.
Chris. I'm going to land with Chris. Shout out to Chris. And Albert, I guess. And that team.
Yeah, all right. And I just want to thank everyone that submitted clips to my demo call. And it's still open, kind of ish. Like you can still send in clips if you have anything.
Is it? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna make like I don't know if I'm gonna make like a playoff video or just
Get
like
the
a
Gink
scraps
Pootis in
video
there.
or combine it with some American frags. I don't know. I'll make something for sure. So if it's good enough, I'll use it. So you can still submit to that. And then of course, the fantasy TF2 season is now over. So I just need to update the results and like submit all of that. And then John's gonna distribute some fancy pixel trophies. So that's really nice. Thank you all who played. And then there will be a new season up for the playoffs. So if you didn't make a team for this season, you can now go in to fantasytf2.com and you can make your brand new team.
Ooh.
And it's gonna,
Nice.
yeah. And you get to buy all those. Like you can buy some cheap shitters, or you can buy some really big ones, or you can get a balanced team. Should be good fun. Either way, I always enjoy it. So, so I think that's all I have to say. So
I want to make my shout out.
Did you not do it yet?
No, I was Pappy went first.
Alright, go on, Ombrak, buddy.
Holy
So,
French kids.
So
Well, go for it, Andre.
shout out to my team for not sucking too hard. Shout out to Glassry who didn't play tonight. Shout out to Olga and Medico who murked us. Shout out to Unexpected for their insights on Granary to beat Pappy. And shout out to you guys for casting this season that was really naughty. So keep up the good work and see you at I60 in 1.
I-69. Can't wait to see fucking what's his name? Puscari I-69. Goddamn.
Do you want to just play Overwatch at LAN? So
No, bro.
2 days.
No, bro.
No.
Straight.
All right, save it. All right, Dolly, do you have anything you want to say before we end it? But you get to take us out.
Okay, thanks for a good season. Both these teams played really well all throughout the season. Thanks to the viewers for watching. Thanks for a good game, especially with the golden cap. And yeah, thanks for watching Team Fortress TV's. Yeah, just have a spaz attack to end the stream. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a good night.
Someone pick up Dolly for his team. He's LFT.
Yeah, literally.
He's a
Someone
Prem
kill
medic.
Pappy on LAN.